For all those listening in, this is David Williamson, and I call to order this October 6, 2020 meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Greater Dayton Regional Transit Authority. This meeting is being conducted remotely by teleconference, and I would ask all participants to please leave your microphones on mute unless and until you are called upon to speak, at which time please remember to unmute. And at this time, since we are meeting remotely, we will continue our remote meeting tradition of asking one person to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. And today I would call upon Vince Corrado to lead us in the pledge. Vince, would you do us that honor?
Yeah, I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vince.
Okay.
Will the secretary please call the roll of board members?
Yes, sir. Mr. Williamson?
Present.
Mr. Lumpkin?
Present.
Mr. Corrado?
Present.
Ms. Hairston?
present.
Ms. Hurd?
Present.
Mr. Hoagie?
Present.
Ms. Howard?
Present.
Ms. Matthews Stinson?
Here.
And Mr. Weckesser?
Here.
Okay, we have 9 of 9.
Great. Well, the roll having been called, the chair declares that a quorum is present. Prior to today's meeting, a copy of today's meeting agenda was presented for review to all board members. I will ask at this time, are there any requested changes to the agenda? Hearing none, the chair will declare the agenda accepted as presented. Also, prior to today's meeting, the minutes of the September 1st, 2020 board meeting were presented for review to all board members. Do any board members request a reading of the minutes or suggest any corrections or additions to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, the chair will declare the minutes of the September 1st, 2020 board meeting approved as presented. And I think that brings us to our committee reports. And I'll turn to the Finance and Personnel Committee first, and that would be Mr. Lumpkin.
Thank you, kind sir. The Finance and Personnel and Planning Committees held a teleconference meeting on September 15th. And as a result, the committee is recommending 3 action items for the board's consideration. These action items are essential to the delivery of transportation services to the public. Action item number 2, on-site technical support for next-gen trolleys. The purpose of this procurement is for the Greater Dayton RTA to obtain services for the next-gen trolley manufacturer to provide on-site technical support services for the next gens. These services will allow RTA staff to increase their technical capacity and troubleshooting skills for the long-term maintenance and repair of the next-gen trolley bus fleet. This project is consistent with RTA's core values of stewardship and quality service as we operate our next-gen trolley bus fleet. These services will be supplied over a 2-year term. Mr. Brown provided a detailed explanation at the committee's meeting, and supporting information is included in today's package. Staff's available to answer any questions that the board may have at this time. Hearing none, based upon the recommendation of the committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a contract award to Keep Electric for a 2-year period in the estimated amount of $450,000 for on-site technical support for next gen are included in the operating budget.
This is Adrian Hurd. I second it.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded. Are there any more questions, comments, or discussion regarding same? Hearing none, will we please have a roll call for a vote on action item number 2?
Mr. Williamson,
Yes.
Mr. Lumpkin,
Yes.
Mr. Corrado. Thank you. Ms. Hairston,
Yes.
Ms. Hurd,
Yes.
Mr. Hoagie,
Yes.
Ms. Howard,
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson,
Yes.
and Mr. Weckesser.
Yes.
We have 9 yeses.
All right, the roll having been called, and there is unanimous agreement that the motion carries, and action item number 2, on-site technical support for next-gen trolleys, passes and has been approved. Mr. Lumpkin.
Action item number 3, security camera system service storage. On May 5th, 2020, the board approved a contract with Security 101 for security camera systems in the amount of up to $1.87 million. The facilities included in this award were the Longworth campus, Wright Stop Plaza, and all transit centers and substations. The award did not include any specifications for the server storage for the video system because RTA did not know how much storage would be needed, and also thought it would be possible to incorporate needed storage into new server environment being purchased. Once the security system, Genetech from Security 101 was selected and the cameras were finalized, the storage could then be calculated. It was determined that the storage required for the video system is 1,308 terabytes or 1.3 petabytes. This approximately 100 times more than the storage on the new server environment, which means the new server environment cannot be used. This project is consistent with RTA's core values of safety by continuously improving safety for our customers, ourselves, and stewardship by properly managing our resources and maintaining our assets. Mr. Harrington provided a detailed explanation at our committee meetings, and the supporting information is included in today's board package, and staff is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Hearing none, based upon the recommendation of the committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve an additional contract award to Security 101 for server storage in the amount of $195,465, increasing the total award to Security 101 for up to $2,064,953. This procurement will be partially funded through federal grant funds.
This is Sharon Hairston. I second.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Lumpkin, a second by Ms. Hairston. Is there any more questions, comments, or discussion on the motion? Hearing none, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Williamson,
Yes.
Mr. Lumpkin,
Yes.
Mr. Corrado,
Yes.
Ms. Hairston,
Yes.
Ms. Hurd,
Yes.
Mr. Hoagie,
Yes.
Ms. Howard,
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson,
Yes.
and Mr. Weckesser.
Yes.
Thank you. We have 9 yeses.
Thank you. The roll having been called and all 9 board members having been assented to the motion carries. And item number 3, the security camera system server storage has been approved. Mr. Lumpkin.
Action item number 5, resolution number 2010-10-1, authorizing staff to seek fast act flexible funding to support transit projects. That should be funding, I'm sorry. RTA has been notified by the Miami Valley Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission regarding the solicitation of new transportation products under the Congestion Mitigation, Air Quality, and Surface Transportation Program. Once submitted, applications for the proposed new projects are being reviewed and evaluated for possible inclusion in the State Transportation Improvement Program. In reviewing the region's transportation needs, staff has developed a project that is eligible for flexible funding, and the proposal has been scrutinized in the context of MVRPC practices and policies. Our project is the cost of buying 25 small transit buses. This is RTA's only project for this funding solicitation, and RTA will provide the required local match of funds of $475,000. Competition for these funds is expected to be substantial. Applications are due on October 8th, which is 2 days from now, and require board approval. Mr. Rosinski provided a detailed explanation at the committee meeting, and supporting information is included in today's board package. Bob's available to answer any questions the board might have at this time. Hearing none, based upon the recommendation of the committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve resolution number 2020-10-1, authorizing the submittal of all necessary documents and the fulfillment of all other requirements in order to obtain additional funding for projects approved by MVRPC.
This is Adrian. I second it.
Very well. We have a motion by Mr. Lumpkin and a second by Ms. Hurd. Madam Secretary, please conduct a roll call vote.
Mr. Chairman, before we do that, I just want to make a correction. I stated at the beginning it was Resolution 2010-10, Resolution 2020-10-1.
Thank you for the correction. It is 2020-10-1. That clarification having been made, could we have the roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Williamson?
Yes.
Mr. Lumpkin?
Yes.
Mr. Corrado?
Yes.
Ms. Hairston?
Yes.
Ms. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Hoagie?
Yes.
Ms. Howard?
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson?
Yes.
And Mr. Weckesser?
Yes.
We have 9 yeses.
All right, the roll having been called, and we have unanimous consent. Action item number 5, resolution number 2020-10-1, authorizing staff to seek FAST Act flexible funding to support transit projects is hereby approved. Mr. Lumpkin, do you have a report?
Yes, at the meeting, Ms. Stanford provided the following financial highlights. Year-to-date August 2020 indicates a gain of $6.9 million after local capital charge. The gain is primarily due to the funding received from the federal government as part of the CARES Act. RTA will use these funds to subsidize future operations with the loss of revenue we are facing longer term. Without the CARES Act funding, we will be showing a loss of $4.3 million at this point in time. Sales tax received for June 2020 was up about $400,000 from last year in current budget. Year-to-date, June 2020 receipts are up about $250,000 from last year in current budget. Sales tax funding is relatively flat after 6 months of receipts. And that will conclude my report.
Thank you, Mr. Lumpkin. Let's turn to Planning Committee. Ms. Sharon Howard.
Good afternoon. The Finance, Personnel, and Planning Committees met for a jointly held meeting on September 15th, and as a result, the committee is recommending one action item for the board's consideration. Action item number 4-2019, Title VI Program Analysis Report. Mr. Brandon Policicchio explained that as a recipient of U.S. Department of Transportation and Federal Transit Administration funding, RTA must comply with Title VI and environmental justice regulations. This is to ensure that RTA provides fair and equitable service and amenities delivery and installation, meaningful customer outreach plans, and periodic service equity review processes. While RTA is in compliance with the FTA Title VI program through November 30th, 2021, it is required that the RTA Board of Trustees review and approve the 2019 Title VI analysis report since the last submission was on October 1st, 2018. Mr. Policicchio provided a detailed presentation at our committee meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board packet. He is available to answer any questions you may have. Hearing none and based upon the recommendation of the Planning Committee, I move to approve the 2019 Title VI analysis report and update this report on the Team FTA website.
This is Adrienne. I'll second it.
Very good. We have a a motion by Ms. Howard and a second by Ms. Hurd. And is there any more questions, comments, or discussion prior to a vote? Hearing none, I will ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Williamson,
Yes.
Mr. Lumpkin,
Yes.
Mr. Corrado,
Yes.
Ms. Hairston,
Yes.
Ms. Hurd,
Yes.
Mr. Hoagie,
Yes.
Ms. Howard,
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson,
Yes.
and Mr. Weckesser.
Yes.
We have 9 yeses.
All right, the roll call vote having been made, and we have a unanimous assent. Action item number 4, 2019 Title VI Program Analysis Report is approved. Ms. Howard, do you have a report?
Yes, I do. Thank you. At the committee meeting, Mr. Policicchio provided a summary document of recent activities in the Customer and Business Development Department. He shared that the Tap Pay, RTA's new fair payment system, has seen exceptional growth over the past few months. In August, Tap Pay exceeded $100,000 in sales revenue and surpassed 3,300 customers who signed up for the app. In addition, results from the American Bus Benchmarking Group 2020 Customer Satisfaction Surveys were reported. Mr. Policicchio summarized the service quality, overall satisfaction, and demographic data survey results. This concludes my report, Mr. President, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Howard. And hearing no questions, we will turn next to the Chief Executive Officer's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. I had prepared a 90-minute presentation on the impacts on the endangered Indiana bat by electric transit propulsion systems, but I'm having troubles with the PowerPoint. So I'll default that presentation and am available to just answer any questions the board may have.
Very good. Any questions for the CEO? I'm hearing none. So we'll turn to, is there any old business for the board to address? Hearing none. Is there any new business for the board to address? Hearing none. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
Hello?
We do
Yes.
not.
Hello?
We do. I'm hearing a hello. Yes.
We do not have anyone signed up here on site.
All right. Having no one signed up for public comment in advance, then we will move on to board member comments and announcements. And I wish to lead this part of the meeting off with some some personal comments. I have served on many different boards, so I can speak from experience that every member of the Board of Trustees of the GDRTA is a working board member. In my view, this is no honorary position. It is a working board. To some fall the additional and exceptional task of serving as president of the Board of Trustees. To serve as president of the board means to carry in one's heart and mind the work and the welfare of the entire organization. Sharon Hairston has made this free-hearted gift of service for not one, but 2 terms. During her tenure, the GDRTA has faced extraordinary challenges, not the least of which has been to steer the board through the biggest health crisis in our nation in any of our lifetimes. The devastation wrought by devastating tornadoes that tested our resolve to keep the buses running, a horrific mass shooting, and public protests related to the death of George Floyd. The public might not fully appreciate how every one of these events affected the GDRTA and its mission to provide continuing transportation services to the citizens of Montgomery County, but I think all on this teleconference do. And all also appreciate how Sharon kept a firm hand on the wheel during all of it. Sharon also got to christen the very first flyer, what we hope will be a game changer for downtown Dayton and our community. All of this was done on Sharon's watch while the upgrading of a fleet that rivals any in the nation continued. I had the personal privilege of working alongside her, of appreciating her wisdom, her practical approach to problem solving, her sense of humor, and making everyone feel part of the GDRTA team. My job will be much all that easier having 2 past presidents, Sharon and Adrian, continue to serve on the board. Madam President, on behalf of the board, the executive team, the entire staff at GDRTA, and the citizens of Montgomery County, a grateful and all caps with exclamation points, thank you for your service.
Hear, hear.
Wow. Thank you for the support from the board. And of course, our CEO.
Well, we would all give you a big hug, but conditions prevent same. So here's a virtual hug.
I'm expecting a virtual hug.
Okay, a virtual group hug all around. So, all right. Okay, I'm going to run down the list. Mr. Lumpkin, any comments?
Just congratulations to our immediate past chair. She has done a good job, and the celebratory TPing of her house is taking place as we speak. Just congratulations. It's tough to lead an organization such as this one, especially through some of the times that we have experienced here lately in the greater Dayton region. So job well done and congratulations, and I am glad that you will still be serving on the board so that we can put you on a committee.
Okay, Vince, any comments?
Well, since I'm the only one on video, I'm giving her a hug right now. But nobody can see. That's my first comment. And my second comment is kind of funny too. Sharon, I think you did a great job of breaking in Dave Williamson. First meeting after 20 minutes. So I want to congratulate you on that and thank you for all the time. Being on this executive committee takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. and more than those of us who aren't on it realize. So thank you for that time, and thank you for all you've given up and for all your work.
Okay, Adrian.
I just have a question. I wanted to know if the crowns have been delivered yet to John and Dave. Or are we going to make you earn it like Sharon earned hers?
I think we got to earn it. I think we got to earn it. No premature crowns.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Franz.
I ditto every nice thing that was said today. So congratulations to you all and the best of luck to the new leadership.
Sharon Howard.
I will say ditto as well, but I will also go one step further and thanks Sharon for representing Sharons all across the community so well.
The Sharon sorority, yes, we know it well. That's good.
Yes.
Belinda.
Speaking of sororities, Soror Sharon, thank you for your leadership. And congratulations to both Dave and John. We're here to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, and appreciate it. Tom.
Yes, I'd also like to echo everyone's thanks and congratulations to Sharon. I can't be as eloquent as Dave, but really very much appreciated all you've done. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
I do want to say one more thing, since I didn't get called in that lineup.
No, we were saving for last. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Again, I want to thank everybody for your kind words. And as we all know, a team is not successful without all the players doing their parts. And so I do appreciate all of the support that I received and the guidance given from those that had been ahead of me, especially you, Adrian. So I'd like to thank everybody for your support and let Dave and John know that in spite of the things that I say, I will be supportive of you and there to help you as you go along with your leading us forward. So thanks again, everybody. And it is so nice not having to run my mouth every week, whether you believe it or not. I mean, I should say every month, whether you believe that or not. So thanks again. And don't worry, Mark, you will still be hearing from me. Whether I'm in charge or not, I will be voicing my opinion. Again, thanks, everybody.
We can block your number.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Well, that concludes our board member comments. And I will ask at this time, is there any further business to come before the board? Or does any board member object to the adjournment of this meeting? Hearing no further business and no objection, the chair will declare this meeting adjourned. Simply remind everyone to look at their minutes for our next meeting schedules. Next board meeting, November 10. Next committee meeting, October 20. Thank you, everybody, and have a delightful evening.